Good morning. Students who are in the online, am I audible, students? Okay. So let us start the discussion. Previously, I completed the concept of what? Reshaping mechanism I completed. Come in. So there I said in the previous class, I said the most important discussion is completed and the advantages of Numpy explained in the class. And that part of previous class I already completed. Differences between traditional Python list and Numpy, ND array object I create discussed. And the need of Numpy, this is already discussed in the Saturday class. The main concept in the last class is reshaping and attributes. So the last part of the class, I said three important things. One is called reshaping of what, ND array, reshaping of ND array. Sit in the last, mark, sit in the last. Reshaping of ND array and reshaping of ND array and attributes of ND array. These are the things that I was already completed as a part of my class. Reshaping of ND array and then attributes of ND array. This is the one which I already discussed it. How many ways are there to reshaping means what? Changing the dimension. I already said one dimensional to two dimensional, two dimensional to three dimensional. I already completed by using two important mechanisms. One is by using shape attribute, one more by using shape attribute, one more by using what? Reshape function. Reshape function. So to understand this class, you must have the knowledge on functions. To understand this class, you must have the knowledge on what? Functions. Then only you can follow. Now I'm going to say here for your purpose, reshaping of ND array. Reshaping of an ND array is nothing but reshaping of ND array is nothing but changing the dimension, changing the dimension of ND array. Last class I said what is the ND array meaning. ND array meaning I already said. Next I'm going to say to perform to perform reshaping operation we have two types. They are, number one is called what? Shape attribute. One more I said what? Reshape function. These are the things I discussed it. And at the same time, attributes also I mentioned. I gave a lot of examples also for you. And the examples also I send you, students, as a part of the programs. I said this example to you and you might be remembering that. So I'll just try to open in this place. Choose another app. I'll try to open into one edit plus. So here I'm trying to say, this is something different. It is opening. You go to this is a place which I already explained it. This is a one which I already explained it. This is a mechanism I explained it. Taking the memory space measuring. This is a directly source file I sent. As a part of the notes, I send directly a source file that you must take care. And this memory space measurement and the memory space for everything, I gave you separate examples for you people. And you must remember about it. Clustering mechanism, I said error what will come, list-based operation not possible to perform. All sorts of examples explained in the class. So that part, I need not to tell you again and again, students. Maybe you are aware of it. Reshaping of ND array also. This is also one more source file. One more source file I said. There I said, this is my original concept ND array. Here I am having number of elements. Now I'm going to use it. Reshaping, I already explained. Shape attribute as well as what? Reshape function. Now there I used it. Shape attribute examples and then reshaping methodology also. Lot of examples are available. 2D, 1D, lot of conversion is done. Okay. So Neha, notes not opening. I'm not responsible for it, ma. I opened the notes or not. I'm showing the notes what I sent to you. If you don't know how to open the notes, we are helpless. So you need to have the knowledge on how to open it. Are you able to follow this? This is done in the last part of it. And what are the attributes of ND array? The attributes of what? ND array. ND array. Or what is the number one? NDIM. I already said. So come on first. NDIM. NDIM. Next is called second one. Shape attribute. And the third one is called size. And the fourth is called what? D type. D type. So D type I did not use. Today I will use it. D type. These are the regularly I am using as a part of my class. These are regularly I am using as a part of this class. At the same time, I used to give you the definition of ND array also. I already gave you ND array definition as a part of my class itself. So what is an ND array? Once again I am telling. Here I will try to write it. Here, come on. ND array, ND array is one of the predefined class. ND array is one of the predefined class. Predefined class and treated as treated as what? Treated as, of course, third party class. I want to write it instead of making you to feel difficulty. Is a predefined class present in where? Present in Numpy module. Numpy module. Because module is a collection of what? Global variables, function names, and class names. That I already said. As a part of your class, modules I covered, packages also I covered. As a part of my general Python classes, module I covered, and then what? Package also covered. If anybody doesn't have that knowledge, if we come from wrong information, it's a problem. What is the package? What is the module? Clarity I gave it. I gave a beautiful clarity for you people to enter into this level. Are you able to follow? Right. Coming to this place, NumPy module done in the class. Next, I'm trying to move to the further. I'm trying to move to the further. Is a class. What is the purpose of ND array? The purpose of ND array. The purpose of ND array is that to create, to store which data? To store 1D and next is called a 2D and n-dimensional data. N-dimensional data. N-dimensional data. This is the purpose of what? ND array. For which based computing? For array based computing. For array based computing. And to do complex mathematical operations. To do complex mathematical operations. For this purpose, we are going to use what? Use what? This ND array. This is the ND array object purpose. This is a very frequently asked question in interview point of view. Why do you use ND array object? The purpose of ND array object is to store one-dimensional, two-dimensional, n-dimensional data for and for storing, for for performing, array-based computing and to do complex mathematical operations purpose. We use ND array. Everybody will ask an interview point of view about this kind of concept. Students, listen, listen, hello, listen first. It doesn't mean that you are coming and sitting here. Here, wait. Here you need to be there in the class. This is my class timings. Tomorrow onwards, all of you must listen. Tomorrow onwards, because my batch is started 1 week back, 9:20 started. 9:20 started. I used to start my class at 9:20 a.m. And because we have a morning 9 o'clock students are there, morning 7 o'clock students are there. And I start my class from tomorrow. Tomorrow onwards, my class will start at 9:15 sharp. Daily 9:15 sharp, this class will start. 9:15 my class will start. Only 5 minutes grace period will be given. Only 5 minutes grace period will be given for offline students. Online students, they can join anytime because there is no control over it. Because I can lock my meeting. I can lock my meeting. Because if I lock my meeting, students will get suffer. Because if anybody get disconnected, again they cannot lock in my class. So 5 minutes grace period. 9:50, 9:20. All my classes are like that only. It's not like some other classes. This is something different. Only 5 minutes grace period. 9:20 you must be in class. This is my conditions and rules and regulations. If you like it, you come. Otherwise, alternative you look for. 9:20 a.m. is the last time to enter into my class. If we come at 9:21, not allowed. This is my rules and regulations. If you like it, you come. Otherwise, no problem for us. And one more thing, while coming, by sitting in the class and if you start speaking in the phone like other classes, here also I don't allow. If you want, speak outside up to 9:15, complete it and come and sit in the class. If I see that anybody is doing the phone calls by sitting inside the class, definitely I don't allow. That is my rules and regulations. All my classes will be like that only. My classes, nobody will come late. They'll be on time because we are teaching extraordinary subject. That is the rules and regulations here. If you like it, you come like that. Otherwise, bye bye. That is my rules and regulations. If you like it, you come, both of you. Same. Sit down. Today you sit down. Now, tomorrow my class will start at what time? 9:15. But throughout the entire course, I'll start the time like that. 5 minutes grace period. And if you come late, don't try to sit in the middle of the class. Sit in the last only. No, no. Sit down now. What that guy is doing? Sit down now. Try to understand English also. Tomorrow onwards, if you come late, coming in the middle and taking the distracting the class, you sit in the last. That is my advice. Because if you come and sit in the middle, you will be distracting everybody concentration. You sit in the last. That is my advice. This I am going to move to the further. Shall I start now? We'll continue from today. Now, students, I am going to enter into the further. Now I am going to go back out, close the door. Now here, ND array is one of the predefined class present in Numpy module. The purpose of 1D, 2D, and n-dimensional data is for performing array-based computing and to do what? Complex mathematical operations. Because if one day if I send one person out, that person will come to know what is the pain of the class. If really that student is really needing the need subject. If you come whatever the time you like it, they are not good teachers and they are not going to worry about the student performance. If I send you one day back, next day you will come on time if you want subject. Today I send a girl only back. So you may feel, but that are the extraordinary rules, sincere rules that are called. A faculty will allow 10 o'clock also. Allow. I will also allow. What will happen? 1 hour late. 1 hour late, same concept is coming in the programming. Will that candidate will understand that programming next day also will continue. Advanced programming. Will that candidate will continue? And that candidate will say, I'm not understanding the class. You won't say I went late to the class. Why that problems? Why that entire problem supposed to come? That's why my class timing is like that. My rules and regulations are like that. Now I'm going to enter into the further. So now I'm entering into further. So purpose of ND array is to store 1D, 2D and n-dimensional data for performing array-based computing and to do complex mathematical operations. Now I'm entering into that. How to create an object of ND array. That is what I am going to enter into the class. Now I'm going to talk about number of approaches, number of approaches, number of approaches for creating, number of approaches for creating an object of ND array. ND array. Number of approaches to create an object of ND array. Once again, I am saying I am entering into the deep programming. All demo, gimo, all these things are over. First 2 days demo is over. And now I'm entering into the subject. Last 3 days onwards, I'm in subject only. So I'm going to move to the further number of approaches for creating an object of what? Creating an object of what here? ND array. So why to create an object of ND array? First, that is the question mark. Why to create an object of ND array? Madhubovulu, all people are blunt. Try to answer. The purpose of ND array is to store 1D, 2D, n-dimensional data for performing array-based computing and to do complex mathematical operations. And this is you need to respond. In other classes, we will go on speaking. You will be going on maintaining, locking your mouth, and then you will go on looking. That's why people are unable to speak class also, unable to speak the subject also. Zero subject because you are not communicating with the faculty. These are all called your symptoms of going wrong in real time. As a, my experiences, I'm telling, speak in the class. You are from different batch people are there in my class. If you don't speak, that is your end of the chapter. You speak in the class. So now I'm going to move to the further. Why do you create an object of ND array? Stand up. Tell me. Why do you create an object of ND array? First. Just now I shown you now. Why do you create an object of ND array? To store? Huh? Stand properly. First stand up properly. Tell me. Huh? Unable to speak also. Sit down. So 1D array, 2D array, 2D array, not like that. Like by remembering like one line answer. To store what? Purpose of ND array is to store 1D, 2D, and n-dimensional data. In one-dimensional data, what is present? In one-dimensional data, how the data is present? Yesterday I printed now, Saturday class, 1D printed, 2D printed, 3D printed, 4D also printed. In 1D, what is present? The data present in the row format. In 2D, what is present? Rows and column format. In 3D, what is present? In 3D, what is present? Tell me, in 3D, what is present? Stand up. You only stand up. In 3D, what is present? In 3D, what is present? Saturday class present? First day. First day means problem. So in 3D, what is present? Number of matrices. I already explained it. Number of matrices, number of rows, and a number of columns. Number of rows, and number of columns. Already explained? Already explained. And that already done. To create such object, we are having virtually in Python, there are lot of approaches are available. Lot of approaches. To create in Python programming, we have number of approaches to create an object of ND array. Some of the essential approaches, some of the essential approaches for creating an of an ND array, some of the essential approaches for creating an of ND object array are now I'm going to write one by one. One by one I am going to write it. Look at students. One more time I am saying If you go to any of the place except my batch, I'm saying very proud of it. Numpy, I'm virtually discussing 20 days. You can understand how much deep is there inside. And pandas also 20 days. If you go for the industry only Python with pandas, there are a lot of job opportunities are there. 20 days I'm discussing about the pandas also. Matplotlib data visualization is one of the most beautiful modules these are for getting a high-end jobs in the analytics and analysis space. Such a high-end modules, if you want to learn, you need to have the strong knowledge in Python. Then only you can understand. If you don't have the Python knowledge, sitting in my class, difficulty. I'm saying regularly. I'm saying because don't misunderstand that. Openly, I'm saying that. Number one, by using array of. Look at number one by using array of. I will discuss in detail of it. Number two, by using a range of. A range of. Don't write anything. Anybody don't write. I'm sending the notes for you. Perfect notes I'll send. After going to home, you write the notes. When I say some coding, that time you start writing. Number three, I'm going to use it. Array and next is called what? A range. Next, I'm going to start with zeros, zeros, and the next one is called what? Ones. Next, I'm going to talk about full, and next I'm going to talk about the sixth one is called linspace. Linspace, linearly maintaining space, linear space maintenance of values. Next, the seventh one is called what? I function, I function. Eighth function is called identity function, identity function. Ninth function is called what? H stack, H stack, H stack. Next is called a tenth function is called a D stack, D stack, D, D stack. Sorry, V stack. Sorry, students. V stack, V stack. And the 11th function, 11th one is in detail I'm entering into. Numpy dot, Numpy dot, Numpy dot. In Numpy module, there is one attribute is there that is called random, random attribute. Under the Numpy dot random, under the Numpy dot random, there are some more approaches are available. These are the essential things. If I start writing, I'll write almost 40, 50. I will write it. This is only for creating an object of what? ND array. So under that, I'm going to take up under that 11 point, we are talking about the rand int, rand int. I'll explain. Second one, I'm going to talk about, second one, I'm going to talk about rand, rand n, rand n. Next, third one, I'm going to talk about normal, normal. I'm going to talk. Fourth one, I'm talking about rand, just rand, rand n normal, just a rand. Next, the fifth one I'm going to talk about uniform. Uniform I'm going to talk uniform. Next, the sixth one I'm going to talk about shuffle. Shuffle I'm going to talk about shuffle. These are the functions, etc. I will write it. These are all present into random object of NumPy module. So if we go to that, if we go to the real time, out of so many number of ND array object creations, these are all objects I'm creating with different purposes. What is the need of creating everything? I'm going to discuss in the class. First, I'm going to talk about what today? Array of. I'm going to talk about the array of. Totally how many? I say this is a 10. Under the 11th one, I'm having how many? 6. Totally 16 ways are there to create an object of what? ND array. Once my entire course is getting completed, this 20 days of NumPy, you will get almost 40, 50 ways you can get it by creating an object of ND array. So I can say one or two like everybody. Because of that, what will happen? They will ask something about what is a normal distribution and uniform distribution. What you will say? First of all, we don't know what is the distribution. And this is the most important, right? So let us learn subject in depth of it. Now, coming to the first one is called what? Array. First one I am talking about array. So I'm talking about what do you mean by array? I will give you the detailed notes for you. Detailed notes. Like in the last class, I'm giving an explanation. I'm giving an explanation. At the same time, in the explanation, I used to talk about all these things. I used to give this type of things. Even in my Python also, I used to explain and I used to write the points in front of you. Because you came to the next level of Python, I just explaining, and that notes I will show you and I will send you that. Are you able to follow? So let us start understanding about array of. And one thing you understand, what is that? Function. You need to have the knowledge. Function. And the next is called method. You need to have the knowledge. In Python, you are getting two types of words. One is called a function and one more is called a method. Dear students, Python is one of the Python is one of the both functional both functional and what? Object oriented programming language. It is one of the functional as well as what? Object oriented programming language. And this is one of the feature of Python language. And features of Python are 11. What is meant? What is the use of functional programming? And what is the use of object oriented programming? You go for any robotics programming. You go for any AI ML, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, you go for it. People will use OOPS. And majority of the people who explain these OOPS principles in the classes that are OOPS only, that are useless. Blunders, they will explain. And as a part of my class, OOPS will be discussing so greatly. And we in the morning 7 a.m. my OOPS features are going on. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm criticizing about wrong things they put it in your brain without practical knowledge. That I'm worrying about it. If that wrong knowledge, if we carry forward, that will have reflection. That won't allow to enter into the good subject into the brain. That is what I am going to emotionally speaking about it. So here, in object-oriented programming, the function is called what? Method. With some different syntaxes, self will come, CLS will come, different story will come. When you go to functional programming, we will use what? Function we can call. So functions and methods are something like a subprograms. These subprogram, if I write in functional programming, we call it as a function. If I write the subprogram in OOPS, we call it as what? Object-oriented principles we can call. Functional programming are little heavyweight components and object-oriented components are lightweight components, they are called. In the respective classes of mine, I used to discuss about why functional programming, why object-oriented programming. If the topic start, I used to discuss. Right, students? Now I'm going to enter into the function or method purpose is to perform certain activity, to perform certain type of operation. Example, I want to generate a QR code. I want to generate a QR code. For generating QR code, what will be there? Straightforward, one module will be there. In the module, what will be there? One function is there. Python means modules. In the beginning, day one, I said, learning Python is nothing but learning about modules. Learning C language is nothing but learning about header files here also. To generate the QR code, I need to have a module. In the module, there is a function. Import the module, use the function, get the task to be done. Here also same. When a function or method is coming, it is always used to perform certain type of operation. Certain type of operation. As a part of my classes, if you take the concept of functions, you see my index, great index. Nobody can touch this. First level index, second level part, and third level part, fourth level part, fifth level part, sixth level, 6 levels of Python functions these are. This is great. Like that, if you train, you will get perfection in the subject. This perfection knowledge onwards, I am talking in the class of this concept, this NumPy. Basic knowledge is there. If you come here, it is a problem. On the top of my standards, I am talking. Functions are used for what? Performing the operation. That is the meaning of functions. And provides what? Code reusability. Now, what is this array purpose? Now I am writing the syntax. Carefully try to follow. What the syntax is? Variable name is equal to numpy dot array of What is this numpy here? Predefined third party module available in where Git and GitHub. We are installing by using pip install that module name, or in PyCharm I said, in Jupyter Notebook also I said numpy dot. I'm saying array of. Array of is a function name present into numpy module, which takes object as a parameter. Object as a parameter. What is that object? I'll explain. Comma. I will take it as next what? Object as a parameter. Next, you will be taking as what D type you will pass as a parameter. D type. Yesterday only I said D type, shape, endim, size, certain type of attributes I said. So here I am writing, these are called what? Formal parameters. In the function level, formal parameters, local parameters, arguments, global variables, local variables. These are the terminology you must have already knowledge. In that arguments, in that parameters, positional parameters, default parameters, keyword parameters, variable length parameters, keyword variable length parameters. These many topics you must know. I used to discuss in my classes very powerfully. Without knowing that knowledge, if you come and sit with me, you will see stars. You won't understand basically. So here I'm going to talk about object represents. I'm going to write object represents, D type represents I'm talking. Simple students. Here object represents any Python traditional object. Any Python traditional object that represents fundamental data types that you already aware of it, into comma, float comma, bool comma, what next? Complex. This is one category. You can pass the data. One more category is what? Sequence data type. Sequence data types. So sequence category data type. Sequence category data types. Under that str, under that bytes, under that byte array, and next is called range. These are called what? Sequence category data types. These are all our Python level, because NumPy is built on the top of what? NumPy. Next, I'm going to talk about list data types. List data types. As a part of list, you are having list and then what? Tuple. Next is called what? Set category data types. Set data types. There it is set comma frozen set. Frozen set. After that, next is called a dict data type. Dict data types. As a only one data type is there. And the last is called what none type data type. None type data type. There is only one thing is available called a none. None type. Data type is called a none type. None type is a class name here. Generally, people will call it a none blunder, none type. It is called a none type. None type is called what? Classes. These are all comes under what? The object data represents any one of the data types of Python. In Python, there are 14 data types are there, which are classified into 6 categories. This is the discussion to be made in the original Python level. Okay. So as a part of that, you are having in that data types concept is available, and where that concept is going to come. This is my original Python level of concept. Fundamental data types, sequence data type, under that list category, under the set category, dict category, untype category. These many categories will be there for Python traditional objects is concerned. That you will pass it over there. I'll show all the examples. 30% concept you have to learn, 70% practical knowledge is required. If it is reverse, we never get the job. So don't buttify anything. Next, I'm going to say D type represents. I'm going to represent D type represents internal data type of C language. Internal data type of C language, such as int 8, yesterday's class I said, last class, int 16. Next is called what int 32, int 64, int 64, float 16. They started from float 16. Next is called what? Float 32, float what? 64. Like that, U. That U stands for what? Unicode, for representation of what? String data. String data. U, suppose U3, if I write it, it is called what? There are strings data which contain 3 letters maximum word is there. I'll show you that, etc. That is called a UN. N represents number of characters in the string. Example, U. Like that, there are lot of data types are there. We never bother about any such type of thing. We just bother about, I said one important thing in the class. What is that? Object, which is a super type, super type, super class for all the classes, for all the classes in Python, for all the classes in Python. How do you know it is a super classes for all in Python? Already shown you last class also. One help also is set. One help also is set. Just if you want, anybody want to look at, I will show. Whatever I am writing, I am ready to show practically that meaning. See that if I go for help of what? Int, if I write it, int. What is this now? Class int. In the bracket, what is there? Who is the super class for int? Object. You take anything, students, anything you take it, anything you take it. For that particular class, there is a super class is available. There is a super class is available. Let me go to the one more thing. Class, you take it as what help of list, you say list. It is going to be list is having a super class called what? Object. So object is a super class for all the classes in Python. Just remember, if I have different type of values are there, to convert into what? Common type. We will use which type as a common type here? Object as a common type, I will use it. So what is this object? What is this object is? If you really follow me, object is a super class for all the classes in Python. All types of values in Python are subclass objects of what? Object. It is something like that. All my students who are present in my classes are subclass of KVR. The students who are available, 433 students who are available in the online, 433 students who are available in the online, the students, number of students who are available in the online, plus almost 150 students are there in the offline. All of them are what? Subclasses, sub-objects of KVR class, which is nothing but what? Which is nothing but what? Tell me. What is that meaning? You have Ramesh, Rajesh, etc. Different students are there, but all of them are converted into what? Similar type. Which are the objects of which type? KVR type. So that KVR is called like a object type. I'm converting into that. That you have to carefully follow. Coming to the point back, one more example, one more discussion I'm going to take. Array function purpose. And what is the NumPy here? Tell me NumPy. What is the NumPy here? Predefined third party module. Is a predefined third party module. Defined third party module. You can also call it as what? Library, if you want, you can spell out. Library you spell out. Package, if you spell out, means you are wrong person. Package is different from module. Strictly, package, how it is visible, I said. Module, how it is visible, I said. Now, for alias name will be given only for modules. Package name, alias name is not possible to give at all. Are you following me? Yes. So maybe some internet word is using package. They will say some 101 things. Will you believe it? Practically what is correct, that only you need to take care. Come on now to students, the third party module or library. Now I'm going to say, what is the purpose of this array function? Now I'm going to do. The purpose of, first line I always say, right, what is the use of that function? The purpose of which function? Array function is that to convert, which object? Traditional Python object, traditional Python objects, traditional Python objects into where? Into ND array object. Into ND array object. Sir, why to convert in Python traditional object into ND array? Some advantages I said. Number one, memory usage. Memory usage. Number two, accessing and retrievaling, arranging the data. Fast memory space is less for large sample of data or not. Plus what? Fast in retrieval, fast in accessing because the data is clustered and the data addresses are adjacent or not. Next is called what? Reshaping is so easy. Multi-dimensional conversion is so easy. Shall go for ND array. Vector-based operations I can perform. Will go for what? ND array. That's why those kind of facilities are not there in where? Python traditional object. Converting the traditional Python object into which array? ND array. That is what this function is doing. Now I'm going to say, what is this variable name, sir? Last part I'm writing. Here, variable name is an object of, class nd array, numpy dot nd array, numpy dot nd array, numpy dot nd array. What is this numpy called? Module. What is this nd array is called? Class. A module is a collection of what? Global variables, functions, and functions and class names. What is the class name? That I already shown in my class. You don't believe any person without telling practical example, including me also. First you apply on me, later you apply on all classes. That is my advice for all the students. Tell to this word to friends also. If you want to join any class, let the faculty to say practically. Then only they are valid people. Otherwise, they will disrupt the knowledge of the students. And conflicts will come from one faculty to another faculty. Understand, students? If they show reality in the subject in the laptop, no conflict will come. Correct or not? That's what I'm expecting. So I think, students, this is more clear about what? Array function. So what is our question in the interview point of view? How do you convert traditional Python objects into ND array? Which function you will use? Array of. Don't call it as array. Array of. Spell out first. Try to learn how to speak in the class first. Try to first to learn how to open your mouth. Don't become stagnant. Come on, spell out. What is the syntax? Variable name is equal to numpy dot array of object comma d type. Can I go for the examples now? Now I'm going for examples. Now I'm going to enter into the examples. Very, very easy. Go to Jupyter notebook. I'm going to enter Jupyter notebook. Students, earlier Jupyter notebook is having one good facility. I can download that entire examples of Jupyter notebook in the PDF format. When I'm converting that PDF format, it is giving error because I taken up-to-date Jupyter notebook software I installed. That's why it is giving that type of error. I hope students, 3 days back, when I came to this place, 4 days back, we did some example on that area. This is what I was discussed it. This is what I was discussed it. This is my file name. Did you remember that? I opened it. This is the same thing I sent to you also. Earlier, when I go to file and say what? Download. When I say download option, because by downloading, I'm sending to you. By saying this download, it is going to give you, it is downloading what file? Directly this file. I'm just getting into downloads option. Downloads option, I'm getting it. How it is downloading? In the form of what? Source file only getting downloaded. Earlier it is used to download what, like a PDF format it is used to download. And when I gone for PDF documentation, see that, open, see here, something like save notebook. Here, save and export as a PDF I am saying. Because I cannot do anything for PDF conversion here. Because here if I can create on it, you are getting one error. What is that now? Internal server error is coming. So they need to rectify it. So, but they are not rectifying it. So I will send you what? Python source, this Jupyter notebook source file only I can say. You write under example part. Try to practice by opening your own Jupyter notebook. And don't try to copy and paste this kind of thing. Type it first. So anyhow, students, go to the place. Now I'm going to take up new Jupyter notebook. I'm taking new notebook. I'm opening it. Come to the beginning onwards. What is this now? Here I'm writing approaches to create what? ND array object. So I'm writing a title of it. Now I'm saying dot png this thing. So I'm going to take it. Which function I'm taking? Approaches. Approaches ND array object. I will write it. Dot I say. This is my simple file name. So here I am writing number of approaches. Number of approaches to create an object of ND array. It is a commenting line, students. Import. Come on, already you know NP. What is this NP called? Alias name. Instead of writing NumPy long word, I'm just taking a nickname for NumPy. It is called alias name. Don't call it as a nickname. The student like that easy words. Alias name. Alias name is nothing but alternative name to the NumPy module. Now I'm going to take up what is my traditional object here. I'm taking from which onwards I'm talking it, because see students, after the NumPy is over, you can appear for certification also. Certification, certification, certification means what? Suppose yourself and myself will come out of the engineering and we are coming with a 9.5 CGPA. There are 10 students came with a 9.5 CGPA. All of them are good people only, but they are expecting, but there are only two positions are there, for example. What they will do? For filtering purpose, they will expect, do you have any certification? They will ask you. Certification means what? You are getting from original source. Are you getting this? So if you to do certification, you require a lot of programming skills. Only theory you learn like our college days. We never qualify even in one exam also. So we need to have certification also. That certification level I am discussing in my class. Earlier we used to give lot of certifications to our students, NASCAM. After the class is over, when you are taking that water, that time there is a, so he is bringing water for me. So when you take the water time, there is one type of board is there. NASCAM certification, gold, silver, bronze. You can see how many students of us are already qualified this NASCAM level certification. And you see so many people, most of them belongs to my batch students only. Everybody gold, gold, gold. Very few people are in silver and bronze. So coming to the point back, now I'm going to this place. Here I'm writing. What I'm writing there? A is equal to 10. What is this type? Here A is which type? Int type. What is int? It is a class. It is a class. I already said int class, float class, bool class. Int is not a integer. Like other people, what they say, int is integer. No. Int is called what? Class. I already shown you na class int. Like that. All data types are called what? Classes. Now, print of what? A comma type of A. You see that int is a class. You don't believe me. You ask me immediately, sir, my sir said something. You say something. You show me practically, sir. Yes, I'm ready to. You are most welcome when you ask like that. Because if I show practically, na, you can ignore other person. You can consider me only. Why? Because I'm showing practically. That is only the way to prove that who is correct. Are you able to follow? Right, student. Convert this A. Convert. Convert. I'm going to write it. Convert. int value, int type value into nd array object type. How do you convert? NDA is equal to ND array object is equal to what is that? NP dot array of A. What is A? Traditional Python object, integer class, and A is an object of what? Int class. In Python, everything is treated as an object. What is the beauty behind everything treated as an object? Can anybody know? What is the beauty of thinking everything is an object? Because object stores what? Lot of data. Lot of data can be stored in Python objects. If we go to Java related int, go once to Java. Of course, this is for other batch students. I want to make them to realize what is the real Python is. Go to bin, J shell you take it. J shell you take it. This is what I used to tell in my demo times of Python, original demo times of Python. Here I am going to get it. You see, students, int a is equal to 10. In Java, int is called what? A keyword. In Java, int is called what? A keyword. To take such a small value, okay, valid. A is equal to 999, also valid. A is equal to 999, it is going to be error. Integer number is too large. It cannot hold. Then where can I hold this such as data? I can hold such a data in where? Python. The beauty behind the Python is what? Objects. Go there, go there to Python environment. This is my Python environment. This is my Python environment I'm taking. Hold on. I'm taking this Python environment. A is equal to 9999, you say. Print of what I'm saying, A comma type of A, my dear students. You see that beautiful output is coming. Integer class and A is an object. Object will have the capacity to store more number of values. A is equal to such a bigger value you take it. Sorry. A you take it, such a bigger value you take it, quotes is taken up. A you take it, such a bigger value. Print this A value now, students. Happily it is taking, allowing us to store this one. Are you following? In Python, everything is an object because it has the capacity to store what? More amount of data. But the Java objects are there that are restricted in size. I think you are following me. Go to the Python environment, that is Jupyter notebook. There I am going to take up. Now print of what? NDA comma type of what? NDA. NDA. Are you able to follow, guys? Come on. Yes. What is ND array? Class. What is NDA? Object. Of which class? Yes. Now, what is the dimension? If you want, you can print only NDA like this. Only NDA you can print. What is that now? Array of 10. Everything stored in array only. What is the dimension? It is a question in the certification. What is the dimension? Quickly. What is the dimension? Last class I shown you Saturday class. What is the dimension? Print of. Come on now. Dimension of ND array is equal to come on what? NDA dot NDIM. Answer. Come on. What is an answer will come? Option A, option A 1, option B like that, option C 0, option D error, type value error. Come on, which one? Option A. Everybody will prefer option A. That is a blunder. That is a blunder. This is a question in the certification. Not only you ask any person also. That is called error. The errors no. Here, if you look at, my dear student, dimension is 0. Dimension is 0 because in order to locate this 10, in order to locate this 10, simply you print NDA. No need to use any indexing, no need to use any slicing. Simple, students. Look at, I am writing, this is my data. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Zeroth index, first index, second index, third index, fourth index. How do you locate this 10? Assume that this is an LST. How do you locate LST of 0? Index, indexing, slicing in my class. What is the value printed? So definitely how many indexes I am using to locate the 10? 1. That is called one dimensional. Another way around I am saying, another way around. What is the index? One index I am using to locate the value 10 or not. What that is called? One dimensional. One more way. I am having the matrix like that. 10, 20, 30, 40. What is this now? 0th row, first row. 0th column, first column. What is the location of that? Assume that this is called some x. To locate this 10, row index plus column index. Come on. X of 0, comma 0. How many indexes I am using? 2. 2 indexes I am using. So it is called a two-dimensional. This is another way to remember. And if you know indexing and slicing. Now students, now I am saying here to print this NDA, I just printed NDA, value 10 is printed. Since only one value is there, no rows, no columns is there, that itself doesn't have what? Index. So no index means what? Dimension is 0. This is what people are unable to digest. So it is called what? Come on, 0. That is called 0 dimension. And it doesn't mean that arrays are of type 1D I said, 2D I said, ND also I said. But in this case, you have to take what also? 0 dimensional array. This is the most important thing. Students in online, I hope you are getting me. What is the dimension? Come on, 0. Now I am going to write it. I am writing one beautiful point. And you see, next I'm going to write it. Print. What is that now? Shape of ND array is equal to, come on, NDA dot shape. What is the answer? What is the shape? Last class I already said. And if you come like that, forgetting, coming, I don't have that much power to boost you daily, pumping to you daily. The punctured ball cannot be pumped daily. When I say something, you have to hold that punching power. If you remove that power and if you come to the class, it's very difficult to the opposite person. Come on, NDA dot shape. Come on, 0, 0.0, comma 0. Oh, 0, comma 0. So that means 10 is called what? 0th row, 0th row. You are taking what? 0, comma 0. Like this, huh? Wrong answer that is. What is the shape? Come on. 1, comma. Good. Who said this 1, comma? Good. Who said this 1, comma? Good. Really good students. Who said? Ayo. Really good. Who said? You said no? I remembered. You only said. You only said. That is the wrong answer. You know that. He is my Python student. You know what sir will say. You will say good, good only. Like finally, you will say bad. You know. So what is this now? Shape of an array. Shape of ND array. What is this now? It is not 0. It is going to print what? Like this. No values are, no shape is maintaining. 0 index means what? 0 dimension means what? No shape is maintaining. Print of what I can say? Size of what? ND array is equal to comma what? NDA dot what? Size of. NDA dot size of. Now I'm going to print it. See the shape? What you expected? What is coming? That is what? Don't believe your theory. Your theory is very dangerous and follow me strictly. That shapes your life. 0 dimension. No dimension means no shape is maintaining. But one value is there. To locate that one value, what is not necessary? Indexing is not necessary. Shaping is not necessary. Are you able to follow? Similarly, I will write what now? Data type of NDA is equal to data type of ND array is equal to comma NDA dot what? D type, D type. I am writing there. End of that. What is an answer? Into 32. into 32. That is an information about converting. Now I'm going to say overall note I am writing. When we convert what? Fundamental data types of Python programming into what? Into what? ND array object. ND array object. Then whose dimension? Whose dimension is 0, comma what? Shape is what? Empty. And size is 1. Size is 1. This is the point to remember. You want to test it? Directly I can test it. Here only I'll write 12.34. 12.34 NDA is equal to NP dot array of A, and you print that entire information. You print that entire information here and see this answer now. What is the dimension? 0. Shape is nothing. ND array. I got it. Did you understand, students? This is about what? In overall together, when I come to my explanation, int type, float type, bool type, complex type, when I convert that object into which array, ND array object, whose dimension, shape, size are having something like this. I hope that I'm clear for you. Shall I move forward? Yes. Now I'm entering into sequence type. Sequence type I'm going to. Online students, can you please respond? Is it clear for everybody? Is it clear for everybody? Yes, good. Now I'm entering into the next category. Next category. What is the next category? Sequence data type. What is available in that? str, bytes, byte array, and then range. Come to the point of it. Now, sequence category I'm going to take up. Sequence category. Convert sequence data type. Sequence data type. So I'm going to take sequence data type into what? ND array object. ND array object. How do you do that now? S is equal to Python. S is equal to Python. Be careful. A is equal to NP dot array of S. And try to print the same data. Try to print A first. A comma type of A. Type of A. You print it. So I'm getting Python here, ND array. Python here, ND array. Everything it is can be. I am going to take it. This type of other information I will print it. Take care, students. Also having what? 0. 0. I will explain. Next is called a nothing. And next is called a size is 1. And next is called what? Float 64. I think what I am using. A dot. This is called A dot. This is called A dot. Not like that. Not NDA dot. So you are getting something different, my dear students. A dot. What is this A? ND array object. How many letters are there? 6 letters are there. What I said already for string? U. What is the number of letters? What is the type? U6. What is that now? Come on, read out. What is the dimension? Shape 1. What is that now? U6. Less than U6. What is that? U represents Unicode. What is the 6 represents number of letters in the string? Very, very useful. What is the meaning of U6? If 4 letters are there, U4 will come. These are all called knowing the data types. Why this string is also going to give you like that? In order to access this, just a S is enough. Just a is enough to print everything you are accessing. So it doesn't have what? Dimension. It doesn't have shape also, whose value present in the ND array is only one value present. How to treat it as a two-dimensional or one-dimensional, I will go for it. Right now, don't worry. So STR also going to contain what? STR is also going to contain what? Here, STR object converted into ND array object, so that ND array object, so that whose whose dimension whose dimension is 0, 0, and what? Shape is empty, and size is 1. This is about property of what? STR kind of information. I hope you are understanding this. Go to next, range data type. I'm not going to cover bytes because other students are, whether they know the implementation of byte array or not, I don't know. Bytes and byte array is for what? End-to-end encryption purpose we use it. That I used to explain in my classes. In 7 a.m. under the data types, under the sequence data type, bytes and byte array. See the beautiful properties of byte and byte array, whose network programming is available. That time I will explain that bytes importance in real time. So that part, at this stage, you don't worry. You worry about this part. Range, you take it. Range. Range is also one data type under sequence type only. Come on now. Convert. A is equal to R is equal to range of 10 comma 20 comma 2. Do you know meaning of range of 10 comma 20 comma 2? Or do you know the meaning of range of some 7? Range of some 5 you take it. Range of 5. What is the meaning of range of 5? 0 to 5 minus 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will come. If you take it 6 here, 0 to 5 will come. There I will take it 6. There I will take it 6. And a print of what? R comma type of R. Type of R. 0 to 6. That I am converting to ND array. NP dot array of, what is this now? R. Print that entire thing. Print of what? A comma type of A. I am going to get it. See that number of values are available. ND array. You simply say A. It is going to print array of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is having the dimension. This is having dimension. This is having the shape. What is the dimension now? 1. What is the shape now? How many values are there? 6 comma. 6 comma will be there. And what is the size also? How many elements are there? 6. What is the D type? Int 32 type. I want to print that information once again. I want to print this information here. Content of ND array, dimension of it, everything I am printing it. See that dimension of A and shape of ND array 6. Size of ND array 6. Data type of ND array is called what? Int 32. I hope you are following me. This is related to what? Converting which type to which type? STR type, range type into which type? ND array type. Now I'm entering into which type? List type. Very, very important. Go to the list type. Go to the list type. And see, without telling also you can move forward. That will become too much theoretical. And when you look at practically, that is most useful to us in the operations part. That's why from 0 level to top level, we are going to discuss. Now go for what? Convert which type? List type data into ND array object type. I don't want to say simply this is like that, this is like that, this is like that. I don't want to say that is not my class. I want to show everything practical in the class so that student will get confidence if they read well after going to home. If they don't read well, we can't say anything else. Take the list. LST is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. You take it. This is my data, which I already shown you last class very well. LST you printed. This is my data. And number of elements available in this called 9. Convert into what type? ND array. How do you convert? NP dot array of LST. See, I'm using in my class only which one I am using? Object only I am passing. Which one I am not passing? D type I am not passing. Very soon I will pass the D type. Be careful. Print of what now? A. And the type of what here? A. Which is going to print what? ND array type. I got my data. You print A simply, you got my array. If you want to print that dimension and everything, you can get happily that entire number of elements. Dimension 1, ND array shape, size of ND array A, int 32. Now I want to carry on Now I want to carry on this part. This part I am carrying. Be careful, students. Print off some line separation. There I am writing A is equal to np dot array of what I am writing LST comma I am writing D type is equal to float. I am saying what is the D type is equal to float in functions? This is a concept of keyword argument we can call keyword arguments. If you know functions well in Python, then you will come to know. And what is the need of passing keyword argument? I used to tell in the Python classes. So at present, you can write what? Float also you can write. And don't think that float is a value. Float is a data type of what? Python, which is internally converted into what? C language internal float data type. Float 64 it will convert. Try to see. Print that entire content. Print this entire content once and then see. I'm going to take up print of what? Content of what, A. Content of ND array is equal to comma what? A. It will print ND array as what, it will print 10 dot, it will print. 10 dot means what? 10.0. 20 it will print. 20 point dot it will print. Dot indicates what? 20 point. Like that. You try to run, students. I'm getting 10 point, 10 point, 10 point. What is the D type? Float 64. Because I converted into which type? Float type. I converted into which type here, students? Float type I converted. Where is it? Float type I converted. Here. Here I converted. You can also do the same thing as what you know, students. Here you can do this as D type is equal to what? Float, you can write it. D type is equal to float, you can write it. D type is equal to double quotes float also, you can write it. Not a problem. But I'll write just a float. Float. You try to run this example, same answer will come. Because programming knowledge is required. Without programming knowledge, if you learn anything, that is just you will become a senior citizen in Amirpet. Senior citizen means what? When political people did not keep any free bus service. Boys, that's why. Try to be good in programming. From beginning of the topic, I'm explaining. Similarly, this is applicable to what also? Tuple also it will apply. What is the difference between list and tuple? You already know. List belongs to mutable. Tuple belongs to immutable. And you know the maintenance of it. List I said. Tuple in tuple I taught. List in list I taught. Now let us coming to this data which is available with me is what dimension? One dimension. This I want to convert into which dimension? Two dimension I want to convert. How many elements are there? 9 are there. I can convert it into what? Two dimension. One dimension to two dimension. So that go for which concept? Reshaping mechanism. To reshape it, how many approaches are there? Two. One is shape attribute. One more is reshape function. How do you shape it to 3 comma 3? 9 elements. 9 elements means 3 comma 3 only possible or not? Come on, how do you do? A dot shape is equal to 3 comma 3. Happy. Happy. You print that entire information. You print that entire information here. You print this entire information. Beautiful. What happens? A dot. Okay. This I should not. This I should not. It is created again. Now you run this again. Am I getting or not? And moreover, I will say, moreover, I will say backslash n. I will say backslash n. Backslash n means what? New line. This is called what? Float data. Put it in the form of which type? Come on. Matrix. What is the dimension? 2. What is the dimension shape here? 3 comma 3. What is the size of an array? 9 only. Are you able to follow? Now, students, I want all the uh, even numbers within 30. I want to create an ND array with all even numbers within 30. How do you create? Direct question in interview point of view. Write a statement for generating or creating a matrix with even numbers within 30. Right? So create an ND array object. Create an ND array object with even numbers even numbers from within or even numbers within 30. So you cannot say because you know no knowledge on Python. Array of range of directly I'll write 2 comma 31 comma 2 2 comma 31 comma 2. I used to explain range data type. How many examples I said? Mind blowing. Range data type, mind blowing. Come to this 7 a.m. data types. Under that sequence type, under that range data type, you see mind blowing. Syntax number one, syntax number two, syntax number three, first syntax, second syntax, third syntax. See the number of examples. These are all programming examples. Beautiful. Questioning. Question number one, question number two. How many examples you see? See the number of examples. This is my core. This is my Python, original Python. That Python syntaxes I am using here today. If you don't know Python nowadays, is an illiterate, first of all. Illiterate means not thumb impression and all. Thumb impression people are good. And knowing Python, not able to recapitulate in the Python. See that. And what is this now? A comma, I'm writing here. A comma, what is this now? Type of A. See the data now. What happens here? Close the bracket here. Yeah, now it is going to come. All the values are coming from where? This many. How many number of values are there? LN of A you say. LN of A you say. How many elements are there? 15. 15 elements can be reshaped in what? Dimension and content and everything you print it. Dimension and content and everything you print it, which is known as what? 15. One dimensional only, na? How do you go for reshaping it? 3 comma 5 or 5 comma 3? 3 comma 5 or 5 comma 3? Simple. Come on, A dot shape is equal to 3 comma 5 or 5 comma 3. Simple. Yes, you print that entire thing, content of A and the dimension of it. You see that it is going to say 3 rows and 5. Dimension 2, 3 comma 5. Beautiful. You go for 5 comma 3. You go for 5 comma 3. This is the one. 5 comma 3. You see this answer now. You are getting 5 rows and then 3 columns. Are you following me? And out of that, they will analyze. Get only the multiples of 4. They'll say write a statement to get the multiples of 4. From that, get a statement to get the multiples of 3. These are all called wonderful queries. You will get it. EDA projects. These are very, very important modules. Exploratory data analysis module projects are very frequently asking in interviews. That you need to keep it in resume also. Understanding? So basically you follow line to line what I am explaining. So I converted this basic thing into what? This entire thing. Last and final. Take it. TPL is equal to, observe. TPL is equal to, I'm saying that like this. 10 comma 20 comma 30. 10 comma 20 comma 30. Comma 40 comma 50 comma 60. Next 20 comma 80 comma 90. What is this is called? Tuple in tuple. Tuple in tuple is nothing but our Python concept only. List in list. Tuple in list, tuple in tuple, tuple in list, list in tuple. Set a containership. Set with a dictionary, dictionary with all those things. So many things I said. Now, what? TPL comma type of TPL. Type of TPL. Observe it. Now I'm going to get it. This is my data. Directly I'm converting into ND array now. A is equal to NP dot array of TPL. I'm passing TPL. Very important. TPL. What is happening? Print of what? A comma type of A. How it is printed? It is not going to print as it is like a 1D. It will print like a matrix only. Because directly they are called what? Tuple in a tuple now. It will print directly in a tuple format. It is won't print in a flattened format. It will print in the matrix format only. What happens? Extra bracket. Yeah, students. It is going to print in the format of like this. Are you following? Then how do you print this entire data? You print this entire data. You print this entire data. Got it? Two dimension. I got it like that. I got it like this. Number of elements. What this concept is called? Tuple, list. You can take it. Last and final. Last and final. I'm taking TPL only. Let it be. One list I will take it. One more list I am taking. No problem. No problem. One list, one, two lists I will take it. And then one tuple I will take it. But all of them are present in where? Tuple only. But it is tuple only. It is tuple only. Some of them are list, some of them are tuples. I can happily convert into. How do I convert into that? Students, here directly I will write it. TPL comma, what I am writing? Float. I don't want to take integers. I want to take in the form of float. See happily. Dot, 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 dot. I can print this entire content like this. I can print this entire content like this. It is also done. Are you able to follow? So you know how to convert a list into tuple, tuple into list. Now I'm coming to set. Dear students, fundamental type, sequence type, list type. Now I'm coming to set type. Come to the set type. Online students, I hope it is comfortable. Because students, when programming comes, it is bouncing. Why? No basics of programming. That's why. Theory, they will learn anything. Why? Not useful now. Student will attract towards the things which is not useful. When theory is explaining, sleep also will come. They can enjoy also. But when programming is coming, only the students who know programming, they will follow. This is what you need in the classes. Come to set. Come to set. Set data type converted into what? ND array. Something special again. Something special is coming. That you need to understand the special. Come to the point. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Set print of S1. Do you know meaning of set sense? In my class, around 13, 14 functions I used to tell. Union, the intersection, difference, symmetric difference. So many things. Is disjoint, is superset, is subset. So many things. And a set never maintains insertion order. I said the reasons why insertion order is not maintaining. That set property you remember. I don't get any order in this. Any of the order will come. Is it maintaining indexing? Come on. No order, definitely no indexing. No indexing maintaining. Correct? Now, I am converting into what? ND array. NP dot. Come on, students. Convert. Sorry. Yeah, array of what? S1. S1. Is it possible to convert or not? Possible or not possible? Possible. Good. Print of what? A. A. Comma what? Type of A. Type of A. Type of A. See students, it is converted. What is the dimension? Come on. 1. What is the shape? Shape how many? 3, 3, 3. How many? 9. So that is the wrong answer. No shape. No shape, no index. Why? Just now I said one point. Set never contains what? Index. Generally, not only you bring any person, they will think dimension 100. They don't know. And they will say 1. You will also believe, 1 no. Why? Earlier, many values means one dimension. You will believe. If you go to interview, you will say one person like me opening the laptop and showing directly. That time, what you will do? You look at where is my sir. Sir is not there. Nobody is accompanying you. Only your subject will follow you. That's why any subject you learn, ask the faculty, show programmatically in the class. Otherwise, you will be sufferer, correct or not? Nobody will come along with you. You and your subject will go inside. That time, how seriously you have to learn, students? Think about it. Think about it. Carry this entire thing. I'm carry. You carry this entire thing. See, my dear students, what is that? Dimension how much? What is the shape? No shape. Why no shape? Why no dimension? Because set never maintain indexing. No index means how you get the shape and dimension? That is the link. Did you understand? Very nice. Online students, is it clear? Don't learn any theory. Learn what? Practical environment. In the Python, set never maintains indexing. No indexing, no dimension. No dimension, no shape. You got it or not? Even though list contains values and set contains values, set maintains indexing and slicing. Here, no indexing, no slicing, no shape, no dimension. These are very, very important, popular points. Okay, guys, come on now. Convert what? Come on now. Dict object. Dict object. Convert into what? Convert into what? ND array object. ND array object. So, go. I'll take it. D is equal to 10 colon D is equal to last point. D is equal to Python. Comma next is what? 20 colon what? Java. Comma what? 30 colon what? C. And 40 colon what? C plus plus. C plus plus. Print of what? D1. And a type of what? D1. And how beautifully we discuss dictionary. Dictionary in dictionary, dictionary in list, dictionary in tuple, tuple in dictionary. So many combinations I said or not. In overall data types, we learned 13, 14 combinations we learned it. Now come on. A is equal to what? NP dot array of what? D1. Possible or not possible? Come on. Now you are thinking he is a danger guy. He will show something when we say something. Immediately will show practically. When we go wrong, you will feel something. Don't feel. Training time, don't feel. When you feel, sir will rectify. Correct or not? It is feeling means not. You should feel when you go to an interview when you're wrong. In the class, why to feel? This is a warm-up session. You're correcting by yourself. Right, done. Converted or not? What is the type? So people will ask you, can I convert dictionary object into ND array? Yes, you can convert. You can convert. Right. Now I'm going to take up. This is going to be printing. What is the dimension of this? Dimension of this. Come on. 1 or 2. Key comma value pair, na? Key comma value pair, key comma value pair. What is the dimension? Huh? 0 or 2 or 1 or 3. Come on. Slowly. Are you kids or what? 0 na, 1 na, 2 na, 3 na? 4 ఆ? 4 ఎక్కడుందా? అంటే నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ నా? 0 నా? 1 నా? 0. Raise the hand. Who is that 0? 0. 0. Okay, 0. Okay, stand up. Why 0? Lost. I got a doubt about it. You are guessing, I think so. You are guessing, correct? Guessing, applying subject. Applying subject. Which subject you applied and decided 0? Huh? What, ma? Key value pair. So, index undada. That is the wrong answer. I'm not getting you. If you say little bigger one, I will understand. There is no, there is an ambiguity. Where key value pair ambiguity. ఏముంది ambiguity? 10 is separate, 20 separate, 30 separate, 40 separate. Java separate, Python separate, C separate, C++ separate. What is an ambiguity? Wrong answer, Sidam. So, you said 0. Very good. Very nice. Dictionary never maintains indexing. Python student of ours. Of course, I'm not saying, Sidam. Already in our class, when you go to the place, data types, when you come to dict, go to the dict concept. Here I write it. And on the object of dict, we can't perform indexing and slicing operations. Indian Constitution or Python notes is an Indian Constitution. It will give life to any student. No indexing we perform. Since he read the notes, he is remembering. Others did not read the notes. That's why maintaining like a statues. Come on to the point. Convert it. Print this data. Print this data. Here I got it. Here I got it. See that? No index. No shape. Nothing is there. No indexing on this. Key is acting as what? The value key comma value pair. The key itself is acting as an index. No special index. No 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 index. That's why shape is like that. And the ND array size is one only treated, not different things. Are you able to follow? This is about dictionary things. And a none type is only single value. We can just say what? A is equal to none. Print of what? A comma type of A. Type of A. None type. Something like B is equal to NP dot array of A. And a print of what? B comma type of B. B comma type of B. Type of B. It is going to be an ND array. And print the dimension and everything. Here also you will understand. This entire thing, what is happening? What happens here? Content of ND array. B dot, yeah. Here it is called what? B. B. This is called B I need to write. B I need to write. B I need to write. So we are going to get what? Nothing. Only one element now, like fundamental things. This is also. Ultimately, who is having index? Who is having index? Bytes, byte array, and then range. Next is called what? List, tuple, and then set. Sorry. These things only will have what? These things only we have what? Indexing. Other things will not have what? Who will not have indexing? Int, float, bool, complex. Bool and then what? Complex. Come on, next term, set. Next, frozen set. Comma, next term, dict. Comma, what? None type. No in, no dim, no dim, no shape, no shape. And what about the next? What is the next? LST, list, comma, tuple, comma. What is the next? What is the next? Range. Next is called bytes, and byte array will have what? Dims and everything will be there. Dim and shape will be there. I think you are understanding the meaning of that. So these things are having, but most of the time you will come across in real world about what students, you will come across this kind of concept. List and tuple only will come across. Range also will come across for dim and shape. But other things are certification level important. Are you able to follow? So what is this total concept today is how to convert, how to create an object of ND array from different type of traditional objects. This ND array, finally I will convert it to pandas level. Finally I will get it into what? Matplotlib. Data visualization, I will go for it. From this data, I will draw the graph also. How to draw the graph, I am going to tell you that. Okay now? So that type of mechanism I am going to explain. So is today's class is clear up? So read Python notes and come to the class. Online students, is it clear for everybody? So today, I'll send you the notes of each one. I'll send you the notes of each